Hello people, thanks for tuning into Skern Station. Today I'm gonna watch the trailer for Elden Ring, a game that is being developed by From Software. We know From Software, especially from the Dark Souls series, games that are very difficult and are a real challenge. So if you want to challenge yourself in a single player game, definitely play those. Me personally, I'm gonna stream this probably in the future. I think that this game is especially interesting because George R.R. Martin, the author of the books of Game of Thrones, and also we know also, of course, Game of Thrones, the series, it was a huge hype until this year for the series. And personally, I loved it, and I think it's great because they're gonna create like this world and all the lore and everything. So I think this is something that may add extra quality to the game, and maybe they will create something like better even maybe than Dark Souls. But let's start with the trailer, and I will give my impressions and my opinions on what I think on this afterwards. So let's start right away.
World premiere.
Okay, let's start, people. Let's start. They're building up the tension on Xbox One and on Windows PC. And here we have it, George R.R. Martin. That's the big name here that I know. Maybe the other creator and writer is also known, but personally, unfortunately, I don't know him. Oh, it looks gross. It has this Dark Souls feel.
You could even imagine it. That which commanded the stars, giving life its fullest brilliance. The Elden Ring. Oh, Elden Ring. Shattered by someone or something. Don't tell me you don't see it. Look up at the sky. It burns.
Okay. Elden Ring. On Xbox and on PC, this was it. This was everything. Okay, let's stop it and let's go through the trailer, and let's see some of the interesting parts, like that I might want to talk about. As I said before, I think this is great that they have George R.R. Martin on this project, on the creation of this game, especially to create all the lore and all the rich background for this. Yeah, I think that's a big plus. Let's see how it turns out afterwards when the game releases. Here we see some parts and some this looks kind of gross, but it reminds me of the 8th season of Game of Thrones a bit, when that kid was hanging on the castle. I mean, this is definitely a game for plus 18-year-olds. Yeah, but this reminds me a bit of that, of when they were exploring and scouting for the Night King. You might know Game of Thrones. If you don't know it, leave a comment. I can explain it to you below. But we will continue now with analyzing the trailer. Here we have a hammer. When I see this, I think a bit about Thor's hammer, not from Marvel, but from the mythology, from the Nordic mythology. This is more like it. Here we have some smith shattering the Elden Ring. What I know, Elden is like an old word, an old Nordic word for like fire. So it means like fire ring. I might be wrong, but this is what I've heard. So maybe we have like a story around this. Here we have like a Nordic Valkyrie, like a Nordic warrior woman. I'm definitely interested to see a bit more about the story. Unfortunately, we don't see gameplay. Here, the smith is shattering probably something, that Elden Ring. We don't know what it is, but it's just an assumption. And as we see, he has on his shoulder like some crackling, some corruption. I'm looking forward for that story. Here we have, what do we have here more? What can we see? Let's just leave it running. This might be the Elden Ring. Here we have like a priestess or something praying, and this definitely looks like a boss fight that we definitely know from the Dark Souls series. We will have for sure very difficult bosses and challenges for a single player fight. Looking forward to this. Let's continue a bit. Let's run the trailer and see what else do we have. This looks like a bit like from the Souls of Dark Souls. This effect. Here we have again he's shattering that ring, or something, or someone. I think something. He's like smithing something. Here we have like, I don't know. This was not the same person. Okay. No, this was it. This is everything what we have. Elden Ring. People, I personally am interested. I will most likely have a closer look at this game when it's coming out. I will play it on PC since I don't have an Xbox. People, I would like to know what you think about this game. Maybe you have seen it, maybe you're interested. If you're not interested, maybe just also write in the comments and tell me what kind of games do you think that are cool and have been presented at E3. Okay, people. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and maybe you drop by on a live stream.